It's Halloween season, which you can probably tell from this awesome jack-o'-lantern carved for me by local artist Brian Usher. I own several of his pieces, including this beautiful Victorian home that he painted in San Francisco, and it hangs in my office. You can check out more of Brian's work through the link in the description. Hi, I'm Deb, and this is my kitchen. Halloween means fun treats, and the more simple they are to make, the more likely it is you'll make them. So, today I'm going to show you a fun treat I found and changed a little bit that I promise your family will love, and it may even become a new Halloween tradition. Are you ready? Because the kitchen is now open. Come on in. Let's cook up something good. For one batch of 8 of my Halloween Yummy Mummies, the ingredients I'll be using are 1 Fuji apple, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 can of Crescent rolls, and I'm using honey butter flavor, butter, 1 egg yolk, 1 tablespoon of half and half or milk, pinch of salt, 3 tablespoons of turbinado sugar, also known as sugar in the raw, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon, avocado oil spray, since I'm going to be using my air fryer to cook these, cake decorator's gel, and candy googly eyes. The first step is to get our apples ready. I'm going to be using this awesome slicer corer tool, which is much better than this one, which I've been using for years. You can find out more about my new one in the link in the description. First, I peel, core, and slice my apple. Then I cut out any leftover seed casings and skin. I mix together my brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and set aside. Then I thinly slice my apple wedges into the cinnamon sugar blend. Mix together well. I decided to make an additional flavor to keep things fun and interesting, but I couldn't find mixed berry pie filling. So I'm using this 16-ounce bag of thawed frozen mixed berries to make a simple berry compote. You'll want to sweeten this up a bit to suit your taste. I'm using about 5 heaping teaspoons of Splenda, and then I'm also adding about 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I mix together thoroughly and then mash my berries with a potato masher so I have no big chunks. I continue cooking over medium heat, stirring constantly until the mixture starts to boil and thicken, then remove from heat. Next, we need to get our crescent rolls set up. You're going to need a rolling pin for this part, but don't worry, it's easy. I lightly flour my work surface and rolling pin. I'm starting with 1 square of dough, which is 2 triangles at a time, and roll across the perforations to seal them. I continue to roll the dough to approximately 10 inches by 6 inches. Divide the dough in half and lightly score in thirds. These are just guidelines, so don't cut through the dough. Butter the center third and then cut strips in the unbuttered sections by cutting from the score line out, dividing the edge in half. Then cut each section in half again 2 more times so I end up with 8 strips. Repeat for the other side. I add about 2 tablespoons of the apple cinnamon mixture on top of the butter. Fold the top down and bottom up over the apples and crisscross the strips to seal both ends. Then, starting at the top, I crisscross the rest of the strips. I get 8 mummies from each can of Crescents. I start heating my air fryer or oven to 350 degrees. For best results, I prefer my air fryer, but you can also use the oven. Mix together the turbinado sugar and 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. For each batch of 8 mummies, I need 1 batch of egg wash, so I whisk together 1 egg yolk with a fork and then add 1 tablespoon of half and half or milk and a pinch of salt. Then I paint my mummies with my egg wash and sprinkle with turbinado cinnamon sugar mix. If I'm air frying, I spray them lightly with avocado oil and then place in a single layer in the fryer basket. Since I'm cooking my mummies in the air fryer, I'm placing my mummies in a single layer in the fryer basket and then setting to bake. Set timer for 8 minutes and start. If you're going to cook these in the conventional oven, place your mummies on a parchment-lined cookie sheet and bake for 16 to 18 minutes or until golden brown. For my mixed berry mummies, the preparation is exactly the same, except I use plain turbinado sugar without cinnamon.
We're almost done, and I just want to say thanks for watching, and please let me know what you'd like to see on future episodes. Okay, our mummies are done cooking, so that means it's time to decorate them and get them ready to serve.
When my mummies are golden brown, I set them on a rack to cool. Then I put 2 spots of red gel at the head of each of the mummies, add googly eyes, and they're ready to serve.
Yummy Mummies can be made with any filling that you like. Even my homemade chunky applesauce goes great in these delicious Halloween treats. They'll definitely bring your family to the table where family is built, because if you feed them, they will come.